Have you ever wondered why we experience pain and hardship? Sometimes it can feel as though God is allowing suffering to happen in our lives, and we wonder, does Jesus really want us to suffer? But the truth is, Jesus doesn't desire for us to suffer. Instead, he understands that in a broken world, suffering is inevitable. Rather than wishing it upon us, Jesus walks with us through our suffering and uses it to shape us, strengthen our faith, and draw us closer to him. When we look at the cross, we see that Jesus himself endured the greatest suffering. He knows every tear, every pain, and every heartache we face. The Bible tells us that God can turn our trials into something meaningful. In Romans 8:28 it says, "And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love him." This means that God doesn't waste our pain. He can use our hardships to grow our character, make us compassionate toward others, and teach us to rely on him. Each trial we face isn't meant to break us, but to refine us, just like gold is refined by fire. Sometimes we may not understand why we go through certain struggles, but Jesus invites us to trust him even when the path is unclear. We may not see the whole picture, but God does. He sees the beginning and the end, and he knows how each piece of our lives fits into a larger, divine plan. Suffering can feel overwhelming, but Jesus calls us to give our burdens to him. He says in Matthew 11:28, "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest." He doesn't abandon us in our suffering. Instead, he offers us his peace and strength. Remember, you're not alone. Jesus is with you in every moment, whether it's joyful or painful. He has a purpose even in the things we don't understand. So when life feels heavy, hold on to hope and trust that Jesus is by your side. Your suffering isn't meaningless. It's an opportunity to grow closer to Jesus, who loves you deeply and promises to lead you through every trial. Turn to him and let him bring healing and hope into your heart.